So in this video, I'm going to show you what I do, what my process is when I'm editing videos, specifically editing scenes, dialogue scenes, narrative work. In this case, I'm editing a scene for a client. They shot a dialogue scene with another actor, and we're going to edit that scene and cut that scene. We're going to do some basic color grading and some basic sound mixing. But the most important thing to take away from this video is how I approach narrative film editing. So how I cut a dialogue scene and how I do it. And mind you, this is a disclaimer that this is how I do it. This is how I prefer to work. Obviously, this is all very relative because art is relative. So bear that in mind and take everything I say with a grain of salt, obviously. So let's jump right into DaVinci Resolve. This is my timeline that I'm working with. I am working with only 2 shots, so it's basically the coverage of one actor, then the coverage of the other actor, as you can see here. And these here below are the sound, the independent sound I recorded separately to my Tascam Portacapture X6. So this is the audio here. In here we see 2 channels because I wanted to show you how I synchronize the audio with the separate audio files I have recorded on my recorder. So in this, I'm going to just move this channel here so that you can see that I'm going to purposefully put it out of sync so you can see how I put it in sync. So basically what I do is I select both and I go up here to auto align clips and I choose synchronize using waveform. And because I captured scratch audio from my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, I'm using that scratch audio to sync to my audio using the Portacapture X6 and the Sennheiser MKE 600 shotgun mic. So all I do is press sync and damn, there you go. It's synced up and all I have to do is just push this up and get rid of the scratch audio, and now I'm working with the better audio right here. And there you go, this is an outtake right here, but as you can see in this situation here.
I'll pay you for your time. I'll pay extra for now. Actually, I'll pay overtime. Look,
You don't need to.
Okay, this is the audio from the Sennheiser, which is a lot better, obviously, than the audio coming out of the Pocket 6K. And before I start editing, I'm going to show you what I do color-wise in terms of grading. So let me get to the color tab page, and this is it. So you can see here 3 nodes, basically I use, and all I do is a color space transform and not much else. And what is a color space transform? If you don't know, it's basically converting the log image that your camera recorded into a Rec 709, but going through the DaVinci wide gamut and the DaVinci intermediate output gamma in order to give us more latitude in our color grading. So what I do is I create this first node here, as you can see, and this I put a color space transform into it, and I select, in this case for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, I select Blackmagic Design Wide Gamut Generation 4 and 5, and for the input gamma I select Film Gen 5 Blackmagic, and output color space in this first node I select DaVinci Wide Gamut, and the output gamma I select DaVinci Intermediate. And then on the last node I create another color space transform, and this time I'm bringing it from the DaVinci Wide Gamut and the DaVinci Intermediate into a Rec 709 and a gamma 2.4. Sorry about that, that's my phone. And there you go, and that's the color space transform. If I disable this middle node here, this is where all my color grading went to. So you can see this image right here, what you're seeing right here. I'm going to try to put this a little bit bigger for you guys if I can. So this image you see right here is just the conversion from log to Rec 709, and then this is the grading I basically did, which wasn't much. I just added the Film Look Creator, which is a plugin included in DaVinci Resolve. And I just tweaked it a little bit to my liking. I removed the grain and so forth, and this is what you get. I'm gonna amplify this or make it bigger so you guys can see this is how it's going. And basically what I do then is I select this and I apply it to the other shot and make adjustments if need be. So this is the other shot, the other side, and it's basically the same grade. So I just have to do little adjustments. In this case, I didn't really have to do that much. Again, I'm going to disable the middle node. You can see this is the Rec 709, and this is with the Film Look Creator, and give it a little green tint there. Make it look more moody, I guess. Anyway, that's all I have to say about color grading, because I really want to focus on the editing. So let's move on to the editing itself. Okay, so first thing to do is to determine what's going to be your opening shot. I already know how this scene goes, so obviously before you start editing anything, you got to go through all the takes and decide, and see what the action and the dialogue is, and then decide what the best takes are, and if you can use the entire take, or you can just use parts of another take to fill in for worse parts in the current take you're using. I usually don't resort to that. Usually the performances are acceptable, so to speak, so I don't really have to rescue any moment from a take from another take, basically. So the opening in this shot, in this scene, I remember when I shot this, I kind of went for this little shot here, as you can see here. So basically, this should be my opening. I'll see when I yell action.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Yeah.
Hold on. So this is the audio.
Ação.
There's the action. I'm gonna see what's a good opening shot here, and this should work. Let's just see how it goes. So basically, what I did is just trim out the initial part of the video, and
yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Yeah.
So that went out of focus. Obviously, I did it again.
Ação.
Another action. Here we go.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that.
Much better.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to call you back.
Walks into frame.
Bye.
Gonna pull focus on him.
I'm sorry. Business. The house looks lovely. I'm so glad I came home early enough to tell you that. Thank you.
There we go. He said thank you. So I'm going to the end of the line.
I came home early enough to tell you that.
So maybe not have him look away.
I'm so glad I came home early enough to tell you that.
So before he looks away, I'm going to cut here, and I'll see how that feels after. So I know I'm going to jump in after he says that line.
The house looks lovely.
Thank you.
Glad I came home early enough to tell you that.
So I'm going to pick up from here, and this is how I do it basically. And now I've got the two first shots connected. I'm going to push it to the start of the timeline, run it again.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Yeah, okay. I'll have to call you back. Okay? Bye. I'm sorry. Business. The house looks lovely. I'm so glad I came home early enough to tell you that.
Thank you.
No.
Okay, so the no started jumping there in the audio, so I'm just going to trim it there. I'm going to zoom in on the timeline. And what I'm missing here at the start is a little reaction shot from this actor to the other guy sitting down. So what I did here on DaVinci Resolve, as you can see here, I just press Alt and I drag up, and it automatically creates a copy, so that saves a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is go back and see a good reaction time here. See, and there it is. He looked. Got to use this little smile he does here and see where I can put this after he shows up. So I'm going to play here. He's going to sit down.
Business.
Maybe here when he's looking up. Oh, sorry, just messed up here. So I'm going to put this here and see if that works.
The house looks lovely.
No, sure. Let's see.
I'm sorry. Business. The house looks lovely.
Extend it a little bit more. Maybe into the other line.
Business. The house looks lovely.
Perfect.
I'm so glad I came home early enough to tell you that.
Thank you.
There it is. Now I do the exact same thing again. I'm selecting the previous clip clicking Alt, pressing Alt and dragging it away and automatically creates a copy. So I'm just going to look for the next part of the scene, and so on and so on.
Morally enough to tell you that.
He says thank you. And this is the start of his line. I can usually tell because of the waveforms. So if you look here, I always use these waveforms so you can tell when the dialogue is being spoken, especially from this shot here, because it's louder than the other actors, because the mic is not facing the other actors. So I know this is his line.
No, thank you. You're like family to us.
So the awkward silence here, I might want to get rid of this.
Oh, thank you. You.
So I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to do it again. Cut this awkward silence.
You're like family to us. We really think so.
And there we go. We got a cut here. So these are two now together. As you can obviously tell, it's not going to work.
Oh, thank you. You're like family to us.
So I'm going to Alt here, drag, and get a reaction shot from the other actor.
No, thank you. You're like family to us.
So maybe give him a little more time before he gets into the line. So let's go.
No, thank you. You're like family to us. We really think.
So I'll go back to him on his second line there, and I can resume the edit. So let's go.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Oops, that's a little too soon to cut. Let's just see how it goes.
Thank you.
No, thank you. You're like family to us. We really think so.
And it should be his line now.
We really think so.
Awkward silence.
You're not in trouble.
Okay, so he's just looking. So no line, he just reacts.
We really think so.
Let me just give some more breather here at the end of his line, and maybe get his neck turning or something here. There it is again. So we have some action as we go into the next shot.
We think so.
Let me see that again.
We really think so. We think so.
We have the audio. Gonna get rid of the audio.
We
there.
really think so.
Okay, we're gonna jump into the next line now. So basically I trimmed here the audio. Don't really pay much attention to the audio because that's the final stage.
You're not in trouble.
So the cat here accidentally, not in our prediction, just jumped onto the actor's lap, and we kind of used it. So I'm gonna put that in because it's funny and it gives the scene a little more interest, I think. So let's see how that goes.
You're not in trouble. I hope you don't think you are.
I hope you don't think you are. I'm gonna increase the audio level a little bit here. And I'm going to cut to the other actor. Same thing as before, Alt and drag.
I hope you don't think you are.
No, I don't.
So that's good. We're gonna drag here and connect the shots and see how that's going.
You're not in trouble. I hope you don't think you are.
No, I
See what I didn't like there is it blinks at the very end. So I'm gonna remove that
Think
blink.
you are.
He blinks there and I don't like that.
You don't
So,
think you are.
so let's just cut right before he blinks. There it is. And if it's too close to cut, what I do is the opposite. I give it a little more time to breathe because you don't want those little details going off at the end of the shot. What you do want is at the beginning of a shot when it comes in the edit. That's what you want to do. Not at the end because it's always jarring.
I hope you don't think you are.
no, I don't.
It's just.
Okay, no I don't. Let's get his line. And this is basically what I do until the end. Okay, guys?
I hope you don't think you are.
No, I don't.
Perdi-me.
Now he got a little bit distracted by the cat. So these are all outtakes here. Okay, so we're just gonna skip forward here. I don't usually cut all that much when I'm shooting. Just to save time, you don't have to slate again. You don't have to do all that stuff again. So you just pick up from where you left off, and it's digital, so it's not that bad.
You're not in trouble, okay? I hope you don't think that.
No, I don't.
And we're going to pick up from here. Again, I'm mostly looking at the waveforms, and if I need something more of a reaction, I'll take a closer look.
It's just... You look nervous.
Look,
Okay, you look nervous. That was a good line, good delivery. Let's continue here. Again, Alt, drag it, expand the clip.
look,
You look nervous.
You look nervous. Let's get him from here. He's kind of moving his head there, so that's a good, that's what I'm saying. It's always nice to cut into some kind of motion because it helps mask the cuts. It becomes less jarring if you just find motions and something in the shot that is in motion to cut in, as you can see here. Okay, so let's see how this is flowing.
It's just... You look nervous.
look. To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to grab the other side.
I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
Oh, I'll pay you. Oh,
So I'll get rid of this.
oh, oh.
Get rid of this. I'll lower the audio here because it's clearly too loud. And see how that goes. Maybe I'll need to get this a little bit closer because this is kind of an interruption.
To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I'll pay you for your time. I'll pay extra. Actually, I'll pay overtime. Okay. Pay overtime.
So over time we cut right there because the other actor started speaking immediately. So what we want to do is we want to try and mask that as well. But before we go on, I'm not sure about this cut yet.
To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I'll pay you for your time. I'll pay...
It's not bad, maybe a little
what I'm
bit
doing here.
closer.
Look. To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I'll pay you for your time. I'll pay extra. Actually, I'll pay overtime.
Over time. So
What I'm doing here.
Extra for now. Actually, I'll pay overtime.
so he ends here. So what I'm going to do is get the beginning of his next line and join them together right here and see what happens. Just the audio now. I'm just going to listen to the audio.
I'll pay overtime.
Look, you don't need to.
Perfect. So what I do is I'm dragging his shot a little longer so it masks that audio cut a little more.
I'll pay overtime.
Look, you don't need to. I really can't take long.
You know, it's just...
Okay. I really can't take long. We cut there. Go on. See what's coming up next. Whoops.
It's just...
I really can't take long.
He doesn't want to take long. Big pause here we don't need. So maybe get it from his reaction. Again, as I said, try to cut into some
It's
motion.
just... I thought it would be good if we had a talk.
I really can't take long.
It's just... I thought it would be good if we had a talk.
So obviously there's a huge silence here.
I think you found my cufflinks.
So a little too much, which, if any actor is watching, is more recommended than too little of a pause. So if you're on camera, you're an actor, and you're unsure of whether you should give a long pause or a shorter pause, always go for the long pause, because in the edit we can fix that. So here we go. I'm going to make it slower, shorter, I mean. So let's see how this, just audio.
I thought it would be good if we had a talk. I think you found my cufflinks.
And again, I'm going to mask this cut here by dragging over some reaction shots. Okay, so let's see what happens here.
I thought it would be good if we had a talk. I think you found my cufflinks.
Okay, so now with this, what I'm feeling is I need a little more time. So I'm going to give it a little more time before he speaks.
I thought it would be good if we had a talk. I think you found my cufflinks.
And what I'm thinking here is that he's going to say your cufflinks. So let me check that.
You know, it's just I would talk.
Yeah.
It would be good if we had a talk. You see, I think you found my cufflinks.
I'm sorry?
Okay, so he does say, I'm sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to time his response. So maybe around here, I'm guessing around here, and I'm going to ignore this right here, drag this up, and simply drag it back. So this is what's going to happen.
Good if we had a talk. I think you found my cufflinks.
I'm sorry?
And I cut right there. I'm sorry. Boom. I get the next part.
Cufflinks.
So
I'm sorry?
he said, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut right there.
I'm sorry?
Cufflinks. For a shirt, my shirt. They're like golden, with a design on them like a constellation. Planets and stars.
Okay. And I don't see anything wrong with this. What I'm feeling is that I will need to put in fill in this shot with a little bit of reaction from the other actor.
Cufflinks. For a shirt, for my...
So I'm just going to get his line first. That's a priority. So,
Planets and stars.
okay, his line comes in here. I'm going to get a bit of his reaction right there, as you can see right there. And I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to, sorry, I made a mistake there. Going to copy paste, so to speak. I'm going to drag this over and see if I can get some nice reaction
Cufflinks.
shots.
For a shirt, my shirt. They're like golden, with a design on them like a constellation.
I like this. Let me just cut it there because he seems uncomfortable, and that's good.
For a shirt, my shirt. They're like golden, with a design on them like a constellation. Planets and stars.
I don't know what to say.
Look.
I don't know what to say. He jumps in with the look, so we're going to cut the look. We're going to jump forward here and get the look.
You're not in trouble.
I don't know what to say.
So he's not going to say look here, just say
You're not in trouble.
you're not in trouble.
Okay. It's just, did you find them?
I don't.
Okay, so did you find him is the end of his line. Let's see how is this working.
I don't know what to say.
You're not in trouble. Okay.
Okay, so give him a little more breather. Maybe both ways. So I can't both ways because of the look, but I can actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this longer here before the audio kicks in. I'm going to expand here a little bit and see how that works. So I expanded this shot, this one a little bit, as you can see here, to see how that works.
Know what to say.
You're not in trouble. Okay. It's just, did you find them?
Find them, that's good. Let's get the answer. As you can see, editing is a very manual labor.
Suggesting you did.
I don't steal from you.
Okay, so I don't steal from you.
Find them.
I don't steal from you is his line.
Just, did you find them?
I don't steal from you.
I wasn't suggesting you did.
Okay, so he's interrupting him almost, so I have to cut his audio.
Don't steal from you.
Okay. And there's my cut. In terms of audio at least, I'm going to grab his line, and as I did before, just going to glue them together.
I wasn't
Okay, so
Steal from you.
so this is the beginning of his audio. Boom. Damn, there it is. So I'm just going to listen to the audio now.
Don't steal from you.
I wasn't suggesting you did.
So there's a long pause there.
Look, I didn't know what to do.
That's...
Okay, perfect. So gonna cut there because in this next shot he's gonna show him the cuffling. So let's just listen to audio. I think it was working. I'm just gonna again get this shot and drag it a little bit over the audio from the other scene.
Steal from you.
I wasn't suggesting you did.
So let's drag this. Let's let it breathe a little more.
I wasn't suggesting you did.
Cut here. Get right into him grabbing this. Okay, so he's looking. Remember, try to cut into motion because it's always pleasing. And it makes the editing a lot more subtle.
Look, I didn't know what to do.
That's it.
Okay, so that's
You're a
it.
lifesaver.
So he's a lifesaver, so I want all of this, but obviously I can't use that audio, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that's it.
That's it.
There we go. That's it from his audio. Leave it. I'm gonna actually lower it a little bit because it's too loud. And so let me see.
Look, I didn't know what to do.
That's it.
Okay, so that's it goes in here. And what I do is I grab both, drag them, and now the audio is from the other shot. It seems a little too loud. Hold on.
I didn't know what to do.
That's it.
Perfect. I'm gonna cut here into the other actor because the frame went empty.
I didn't know what to do.
That's it. You're a lifesaver. Do you have the other one?
So I'm gonna cut right there. You have the other one, and then I'm gonna speed up the process a little bit now so that we can get to the end.
You have the other one.
Okay.
Do you have the other one?
Those aren't yours.
I'm sorry.
Those aren't yours. Let's just speed it up here. Those aren't yours.
Do you have the other? Sorry?
You don't wear cufflinks.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm sorry is where he picks up. I'm gonna increase the audio.
Those aren't yours.
I'm sorry.
Let this breathe a little more. Let him react a little more to the accusation. And obviously let this breathe a little more as well. So let's
Do you have the other one?
Those aren't yours.
I'm sorry.
maybe even a little more. Let me get a little more reaction from this guy here. Let's see what happens.
Those aren't yours. Those aren't yours.
I'm sorry.
Perfect. And now we go back to the cufflinks, thief. Those aren't yours.
Those aren't yours.
I'm sorry.
And there we go.
I'm sorry.
You don't wear cufflinks.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You don't wear cufflinks.
So this is where I cut in terms of audio, not necessarily where I cut in terms of video. So I'm just gonna again grab the audio of yes I do.
Yes, I do.
Go.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And drag it here, drag the video back so we don't overlap. Sorry, select them both, drag them right where you wanted them to glue, and probably
No, you don't.
see what's going on here.
Sorry.
You don't wear cufflinks.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
So what I'm thinking is,
You told me once.
I'm going to ditch this in terms of video and let this one breathe. So let's just, sorry about that, let's just take a look because he replies right after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply put the audio, as you can see here, what I did is I put the audio from the other take on top. And I have his reaction here, but I'm not going to use it right now. I'm just going to drag it away and see how it's working.
You don't wear cufflinks.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay, maybe here I go back to him.
You told me once. You don't like them. Where's the but?
and again back to him. So basically this is how it's going.
cufflinks?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You told me once. You don't like them. Where's the...
So you don't like them, we're going to cut right there.
You don't like them.
Boom, we cut right
No,
there.
you don't. You told me once. You don't like them. Where's the buttons? And you waited until I left.
Okay, until I left. And I'm going to grab this right here and jump to his
You
line.
don't like them. It's a waste of...
Okay. Okay, a little too loud once again. But this is 32-bit audio, so 32-bit float, so we can basically do whatever we want. It's not any clipping at all.
You waited until I left.
I own cufflinks. I own this set.
I own cufflinks, I own the set. Let's cut right to his line. To the other guy's line, I mean. So,
Buttons. And
ba-ba-ba-ba.
I own cufflinks. I own this set.
no, you don't.
And here we go.
I own cufflinks. I own this set.
No, you don't. I know your wardrobe. I wash your shirts. You don't own cufflinks.
Okay, you don't own cufflinks. We're gonna grab the rest. So you don't own cufflinks.
Why would you own cufflinks?
Well,
So this is his reply.
Cufflinks.
I need them back.
Little breather there. See what's going on. Just kind of speeding it up now.
Well, I'm going to need them back.
Who do they belong to?
That's none of your business.
Who do they belong to?
That
Who do they belong to?
that
Okay, we got a little situation here in terms of audio.
Who do they belong to?
So that's none of your business. We're gonna have to grab that audio once again and once again, glue it together and try to mask it. That's the best I can do. I'm not a professional audio engineer or anything like that, so
watch yourself. That's none of your business.
so
That's
okay, so this is another thing you'll run to when working with actors is these small inconsistencies from one shot to the other. So that's something to be mindful about. It can't really be avoided. Some actors are a little more conscious, others aren't, and you just can't really get them to do that because you really don't want to interfere all that much with the performance. But I digress.
that's none of your business.
So that's none of your business. We want to glue those together. I'm not going to actually glue them together because I know it's not going to work because it's so close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap and see if that works a little bit and fade it out.
They belong to.
That's none of your business.
So what you see there is not really working. So I might have to just do a cold cut as I wanted to.
Belong to.
That's none of your business.
Okay.
Belong to.
That's none of your business.
Belong to.
Maybe this one needs to come a little sooner. There you go.
That's none of your business.
Belong to.
That's none of your business.
We fade out a little. I just put a little fade there.
They belong to.
That's none of your business.
Perfect.
Watch
So this is his audio. I'm gonna cut this.
yourself. That's none of your business.
And cut that.
Belong to.
That's none of your business.
Nobody in this fa. Nobody in this fa.
So again, he's gonna interrupt with a big shout. And this big shout is here. And we have to put it here and here. And it might just work if we now drag it all here. Might be working. Let's see.
I need them back.
Who do they belong to?
That's none of your business.
Way louder.
Belong to.
That's none of your business.
Nobody in this.
Watch yourself.
Cut there. I think it's working. We got to cut to his reaction to the watch yourself and see what we can do. as you can see, editing is a lot of gymnastics and imagination. And obviously this is all subjective, as I said. This all depends on how you approach your work.
Look, you're like family to me.
Okay, so we're gonna get his look there. Okay, reaction, as I said again, cut into some motion.
Self,
Look,
your business.
nobody in this.
Watch yourself.
Look, you're like family to me as well. You might not know that, but I have the same feeling.
Oops. Camera jitter there. I'm gonna cut there because you don't want that in your final cut. Let me just see what's going on here.
You might not know that, but I have the same feeling. Okay?
So he keeps talking, which is not. I'm just gonna see if he says any more lines. So I'm guessing no.
What do you want?
Okay, what do you want? Oh, he gives him the cuffling. Okay, so there's a point where he gives him the cuffling. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go on with this shot here and see what happens. So he just gives him the cuffling, so I'm gonna go back to my initial cut. Maybe get a little breather here.
I don't know that, but I have the same feeling.
Whoops, need to make that last longer. I'm gonna have to assume that little
Same
jitter.
feeling.
Whoops. Okay, right here. And maybe if he's looking at that, there it is. I need him looking at him to connect those shots and make you distracted.
But I have the same feeling.
So he's reaching for the cuffling, gives it back.
What do you want?
What do you want? Make it louder. Cut there. This is the end of the scene, guys. I'm not going to bore you anymore. I have just one more line.
What do you want?
I just want to ride back to the station.
I just want to ride back to the station. Hold his look there because you want that to last. And I'm going to cut back to this guy.
Back to the station.
There. And I'm going to fade out there.
Just want to ride back to the station.
Let it breathe. Fuck this. Got to let it breathe a little
Back
more.
to the station.
Because I have to extend it, I'm going to see if he looks back at him. And he does, which is good. So. And boom. And end scene, little fade out, boom, done. So this is the cut, and it is almost 3 minutes long, the scene. We're gonna take a run, we're gonna pass through the scene, see how it's working, see if we find any problems with it, and if we don't, we go to the audio.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Yeah, okay. I'll have to call you back. Okay? Bye, bye. I'm sorry. Your business. The house looks lovely. I'm so glad I came home early enough to tell you that.
Thank you.
No, thank you. You're like family to us. We really think so. You're not in trouble. I hope you don't think you are.
No, I don't.
It's just... you look nervous.
Look, to be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I'll pay you for your time. I'll pay extra. Actually, I'll pay overtime.
Look, you don't need to. I really can't take long.
It's just... I thought it would be good if we had a talk. I think you found my cufflinks.
I'm sorry?
Cufflinks. For a shirt. My shirt. They're like golden, with a design on them like a constellation. Planets and stars.
I don't know what to say.
You're not in trouble. Okay. It's just, did you find them?
I don't steal from you.
I wasn't suggesting you did.
Seems be working so far. I like it.
Look, I didn't know what to do.
That's it. You're a lifesaver. Do you have the other one?
Those aren't yours.
I'm sorry?
You don't wear cufflinks.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You told me once. You don't like them. Waste of buttons, and you waited until I left.
I own cufflinks. I own this set.
No, you don't. I know your wardrobe. I wash your shirts. You don't own cufflinks.
Well, I need them back.
Who do they belong to?
That's none of your business.
Nobody in this...
Watch yourself.
Look, you're like family to me as well. You might not know that, but I have the same feeling.
What do you want?
I just want to ride back to the station.
And bam, fade out, that's it, guys. In terms of audio, what I do here is I isolate everything. So I'm gonna go to one shot here. I'm not gonna do everything for you to see because it's getting a little bit of a long video here. So what I do is I go to AI voice isolation in DaVinci Resolve, and I bring the iVoice isolation to 50%, which is usually a sweet spot for me, and I apply it to all the clips. So I'm gonna control copy, and I'm going to select all the other clips, and I'm going to paste attributes, not volume, but just the plugins here, and boom, they all have audio isolation now.
To me as well. You might not know that, but I have the same feeling.
So let's just get...
You told me once. You don't like them. Waste of buttons, and you waited until I left.
I own cufflinks.
And then what you do after this process, which I'm not going to do now because, excuse me, this is getting a little too long. If you want to actually watch that, let me know and I'll do an even more in-depth video. But what you do then is you just insert a little sound bed, a little room tone underneath all of this voice isolated audio, and you've got yourself a decently mixed scene. And for the kind of work that I'm doing here, for the actors, which the main goal of these scenes is to showcase the actor. It's not really a technical test or of any kind. You don't really have to prove yourself technically. You just have to do a decent enough job as to not be obvious and to make the actor shine as much as possible. So what I do is just I isolate the audio, and sometimes I don't even do that if the audio is really crisp. But here, because you have so many imbalances in terms of levels, there's always going to be a little bit of noise here and there. So I decide just to keep it safe. I isolate the audio 50%, put a little room tone, and bam, it's done. And if I need some sound effects in this scene, I add them also. And if I need some music, I add it also, and there it is. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to walk you through how I cut a scene. This is a very simple, basic scene with only 2 shots. But as you can see, it does take some work, and you have to be creative, and you have to understand timings and beats and rhythm, and understand action and reaction, and understand when you should cut or not. That what I spoke about, try to cut into motion and try to avoid cutting in motion. So something, if I, excuse me, if I'm looking at you and I'm saying my line, and at the end of my line, 2-3 seconds later, I do this, cut before I do this, or I blink or anything else because it's jarring. And the exact opposite when you cut into a shot. So if I'm like this and you cut and I immediately do this, you're adding motion, you're adding dynamic to the cut. But that's that's one of the many details hopefully you guys learned and I showcased in this video. So I'm not going to extend myself anymore. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to see more editing videos like this, or even go in more in depth in the color grading department, let me know. I'll be glad to do it. And yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.